Coach, you have certainly had a great year. Can you just kind of reflect a little bit on how the year went, especially since you took over the program and really did it in quick fashion?
Yeah. Yeah, the most important thing I would like to mention is it's difficult to keep a team together. That was the most challenging and enduring process that we had to do. Every one of these players, they had to get used to a new process, a new coach, a new program, a new way of doing things. The one thing I didn't want to do is come in and immediately just put a hammer down on anyone and just change everything. So I was very patient and waited my time before I really started to slowly but surely implement the different policies and the different direction that we were going to go as a program. And now I think we're moving there. We have excellent momentum going into the tournament this coming weekend. We have excellent momentum going into next season. So the guys understand exactly what we're looking for and what the way that the program is going to be built.
Was it kind of a surprise, though you've had that kind of success? I know you've got some pretty good players on the team, but then to go back to the NCAA tournament this quickly, was that a surprise?
Not for them. For me, I knew it was going to be challenging. I think that the way that we competed has definitely made the other programs get better. And that said, for years to come, we're going to have to compete, and we recognize that. So for them, they weren't so surprised. For me, I was definitely confident, but definitely surprised to some regard. I think that last round was very challenging, and they pulled that out. So
you win the HCAC. You are the coach of the year. You have the player of the year. That all of that, great accolades. That had to have been, though. I mean, how gratifying is that to do that in your first year?
Very, very. Thank you. I don't want to sound boastful in any way, but at the same time, I'm enormously proud. The sentiment that these gentlemen performed so that I could achieve that award means a lot to me. I think that we all care about each other as a team. And those are the reasons that we were able to accomplish, all of these outstanding accolades. That we laugh about this as a team because they don't recognize the importance of it yet. Later in life, I know they will. I fully recognize, so I'm thankful for every single accomplishment.
You have a huge challenge ahead of you. Can you talk about Friday's first round matchup down in St. Louis and a little bit about the matchup? What do you expect?
Sure. Friday's matchup is a team that they played against last season. We had injuries. We had loss of focus at the last minute that caused them to not win, and they are very hungry because of that. They feel very confident against our first round opponent, as do I, only because of the practices that we've had this week. At the top of our lineup, we've had some enormous output practices that set the tone for what I believe we're going to be in the future. That said, they've given me every bit of confidence that we can make it through our first round opponent, although I know it will be challenging. I think the team matches up enormously well with us. They're very similar at similar positions. Our number one has an enormously big game. Our number two is enormously consistent, and they're very much the same. But because of the amount of wins that we've had this season and the momentum that we have, I do feel confident in the first round. Our second round opponent would be someone that we've played before during the season, and we had a very close match. So I think the guys can play up, to that type of opponent. But we obviously have to go one round at a time and focus on the first round opponent.
You had mentioned you guys are playing well right now. Are you playing where you need to be at this stage of the season? You mentioned confidence and everything else. Is it where it needs to be then?
Definitely. Definitely. I think at every position they're playing as well as they possibly could without being burnt out.
Right.
So, yes, they're where they need to be.